Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at what you are dealing with in 2024, where you're at right now, and what you need to know about your current energy, and then what you need to know and can expect moving into this new year, into 2025. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. We're going to start with looking at overall energy, and then we're going to dive deeper into the story with tarot as we move forward in this reading. So let's look at this overall energy for 2024, what you guys have been dealing with. It's time to take action is what this says, and I feel like that maybe was what your year was all about. Maybe trying to take action on starting something new, leaving things behind. Oh, then you have luck is on your side and a time for healing. So definitely feel like it was a year, obviously, for focusing on your healing. And it's interesting because I feel like if I were to kind of summarize this energy, it feels like a year of raising your vibration through a lot of different things. Maybe finally making changes that you had been avoiding making, or stepping into your power in some way. And I feel like you've really made a lot of progress, whether it's like in your personal journey, in your growth journey, your healing journey, just in general, like in a career or on a path. And I feel like even if you're not necessarily where you want to be, I feel like you have made a lot more progress than you're really giving yourself credit for here. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's look at what you're dealing with in your current energy. So how are you feeling about all of this? Where are you at right now? Don't let your past hold you back. You and your loved ones are safe. So right now I feel like you're feeling a little bit unsecure. I feel like you're pretty deep in the unknown right now when it comes to some sort of situation. And I think that's where you're supposed to be, for sure. Because I feel like one of the things that I've really learned about change, or like trying to implement or create positive changes in our life, is that we're going to hit periods where things feel really scary and really up in the air. And the more that we continue to move forward with faith and believing in ourselves and trusting in the things that we deserve and desire, the more that we're able to really actually create and manifest those things. You know, a lot of people think that manifestation is just about thinking positive and hoping as much as you can. Which, sure, yes, like positive thinking can help, directing your energy toward the positive can help. Creating the life that you deserve is about showing up, especially when in those moments where it feels like things are not going according to plan. And I feel like that's where you're at right now, because don't let your past hold you back can be this energy of, you know, kind of not like a warning necessarily, but more of like bringing your awareness to making sure that you don't go back to old patterns, old behaviors, or, you know, especially if you've started something new and you're not seeing the progress of that, like don't let yourself give up just because you're not where you feel you should be right now. Because I feel like you are making, like I said, more progress than you think you are. Remember that a lot of our progress actually happens within us. And the more that we grow and we show up for the world around us, the more that we start to experience those results in our external reality. So what can Scorpio expect throughout this year? What does Scorpio need to know? And I feel like you need to know you are safe, you are taken care of. Everything that you need will be provided for you. Oh, I like this. Prosperity lies ahead. This is a time to give rather than take card to me feel, yeah, okay. Conclusions are within reach. It feels like you've been investing for a long period of time. and you and a path and a journey. And I feel like this prosperity lies ahead card is like what you can expect, like the payoff of your investment. This conclusions are within reach card. Almost like you've been giving a lot into something, into a path, into a journey of some sort. And again, maybe you're not where you want to be, but I feel like you start to see that pay off in this throughout this year. Now, I do feel like there's a lot of abundance in this future energy here, like maybe even materially. And I feel like it's something that it's like obstacles, blocks are lifted almost. Like it's like sitting on the other side. Like if I had to visualize this energy or put it into a visualization, it's like there's all this abundance, this payoff, and it's like sitting behind like a, I don't know if it's like a curtain of some sort, or like a garage door, and it's like this like gets lifted and it's like revealed to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, there it is. That's what that kind of feels like here for this new year for you. So let's get an overall theme. This is my affirmations deck. Overall theme of this reading for Scorpio here. I know that I deserve wonderful things. And it says, say it again. I know that I deserve wonderful things. It says, I am worthy. And you are. Every person is inherently worthy of the things that they deserve and desire, but their belief in that is going to directly affect their ability to receive those things. And I feel like you've been, like I said, putting a lot of effort, energy, time, just a lot of your resources into some sort of a path, and you haven't seen the payoff of that yet, and maybe you're starting to doubt whether or not you're good enough, or whether or not you're deserving, or whether or not you're whatever adjective there. And you absolutely are all the things that you need to be to receive the things that you deserve and desire. And I think that should really kind of be your mantra this year, because a lot of times I'll do these readings and I'll have people in the comments be like, oh, that sounds too good to be true. And I get that, absolutely, especially when you're used to struggling for so long. But sometimes too good to be true only feels too good to be true because we've spent so long in the struggle that we've actually gotten stuck in it. And breaking out of that is one of the ways that we break out of that is by recognizing that we are deserving of good things happening to us, of payouts, of the energy and effort that we put into things, and you absolutely are. So let's see what you've got here, because I feel like I don't know, I just get this energy or this feeling, this vibe that you did a lot of work in 2024, whether it's work on yourself. Like I said, work on a path, I'm not sure, but I feel like you really put the time in. Here, don't back down. Don't back down. Past energy here for Scorpio. There's the Star. And yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. So, I mean, the Star to me really represents healing. It represents deep healing at that. And then you have this Knight of Pentacles. So it was a slow and steady process. This Nine of Swords represents there being a lot of anxiety and stress about an outcome or about a situation. And I feel like that is completely normal and natural for anybody to experience. But I feel like the relief of that lies in this future energy, because with the Chariot in reverse, it feels like this energy feels like you put in a lot of work but felt like you weren't getting anywhere, kind of like hamster on a wheel kind of energy. Like, I'm spinning my wheels, I'm doing all these things, and I just feel like I'm not making any progress. But I feel like you have made progress. It's kind of like that, when you you say your friend got a new puppy, and you go visit that puppy when they first get it. It's this tiny little puppy, but then you go visit it a month later, and you're like, oh my gosh, this dog has gotten so big. And then 3 months from now, you're like, wow, it's gotten even bigger. And it's like, but the person is like, really? The person whose dog it is, because you don't see that growth. You don't see that progress when you are experiencing it every single day. So I feel like this is about understanding that you made a lot more progress than you think. And I also get this feeling that you're kind of closer to the things that you desire than you think you are. It is a slow and steady process. Getting to the things that we deserve and desire does not happen overnight, especially if we're doing it with the right intentions and we're taking the path of learning and growing throughout the process. So I think that though you're not where maybe you feel you want to be, you're closer than you think you are in the grand scheme of things here. So where is Scorpio at right now? Because there's a lot of anxiety in this, a lot of stress about something. One more. Current energy for Scorpio. The Eight of Swords. So you're feeling trapped right now. Trapped in this reality that you feel you've been stuck in. And I think that it's hard when we're trying to move to a certain place in our life, when we feel like nothing is changing or like we're not getting to where we desire. We start to believe that we're never going to get there, right? When it's taking longer than we expect, or when things aren't shifting or progressing in the same kind of way that we were hoping, we can start to get ourselves stuck in this belief of like, oh, well, I'm never going to get there. If it hasn't happened by now, it's never going to happen. You have this Eight of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Swords, the Five of Cups, and then the Eight of Wands in reverse. So to me, you're really in this energy of doubting that the things that you desire are possible. That's what this energy really says for me, and almost feeling trapped in the limited reality that you've been in. But I encourage you to look back and how much progress you have made, because you're allowed to be disappointed, okay? Three of Swords and the Five of Cups here. I feel like you are really disappointed, and it's probably a pretty painful experience, especially if you've been trying so hard and putting in so much energy and so much effort. But I feel like you're needing, and you're probably really tired of hearing this. I feel like I can already feel the eye roll through the screen when I say this, but you're needing to be a little bit more patient. And I feel like your first reaction is, how much more patient can I be? And I get that. I've absolutely been there. Sometimes, it can feel like it's taken lifetimes for things to improve. But, I kept hearing, like, don't back down, right? Right now is not the time to back down. Just because things aren't progressing in your timeline or in the way that you expected or hoped, or maybe even in the way that it has for other people, does not mean that you're not going to get there. Who knows why things are happening in the way that they are for you. Maybe they're happening slower so that it can be more sustainable or more abundant, or maybe it's happening to align you with the right things at the perfect right time. Like, you don't know why things are progressing in the way that they are for you. But if you are able to, and I know it's hard, but if you're able to hold on to the belief that everything is happening in the right way, at the right time for you, I think you're going to be surprised at how things turn out. I feel like there's a little bit of just feeling, it's like almost feeling confused as to why things haven't worked out for you, especially if you, like I said, have put in a lot of effort. But I feel like it's almost like you're breaking through this, or moving through this tunnel. That's a better way of saying that. And it's like this tunnel just feels never ending. And it's felt never ending probably for a really long time. And it's like you're wanting to just like sit down and just stop trying to find your way through. But it's like things happen right when people tend to give up. It's true. Most things tend to work out right before people tend to give up on them. And the more that you allow yourself to keep pushing through, even though it's challenging and even though things aren't the way that you expected them to go, the more you're going to be able to experience the results of them. I said this at the very beginning. Manifestation doesn't just happen in the moments where things are going well and you're feeling good and your energy is positive. It also happens in those moments where things aren't going well, when things don't feel like they're working out, when you feel like no matter how hard you try, it just doesn't matter. And the more that you keep showing up in those moments, despite the challenges, despite the obstacles, despite the doubt, despite the fear, despite the insecurity, despite it all, the more you're going to create it. And I know from experience how much easier said than done that is, but you are worthy of good things, and you don't need to be anything more than you are to be worthy. You're worthy for good things, for the things that you desire as you are right now. And maybe you're just on the process of going through the process of recognizing that you always have been worthy. So I get the disappointment. I don't want to tell you don't be disappointed, or you certainly shouldn't feel ashamed for being disappointed, especially if you know you're worthy or deserving or capable of more than where you're at right now. But I do very much feel like things are going to, there's an energy that's going to shift here. What does Scorpio need to know moving forward? The Six of Swords. So that's moving away from something towards something new. The Seven of Swords. Okay. Let me make sure this is what this is saying. The Fool. Okay. So Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, the Fool with the Six of Pentacles. So this right here is a new beginning of an energy of receiving, an energy of payoff, if you will, like getting back what you've put in. This is moving away from something toward something. But with the Seven of Swords, it's not you. There's an opportunity, I feel like, that's going to appear for you that you're not currently aware of and will continue to be hidden from you until the right time. Because you're needing to work through a lot of what you're working through right now. The doubt, the fear, the insecurity, all the things that are appearing. That's one thing that I've really learned on my journey, and not just in terms of like my relationship or my career, like literally in every aspect, is that there are always periods on this journey where I have to work through my doubt, my fear, and my insecurity. And if I face it and I work through it, things tend to work out for me even better than I expected. If I try to run from it, I kind of push off both the progress outside of myself because I'm pushing off the progress within. So when we're willing to kind of embrace the journey for what it is, knowing that the outcome is going to be what we want it to be, we tend to create the things that we deserve and desire. To me, this feels like brand new energy, something that you maybe have spent a lot of time not feeling possible, but this, like, not feeling is possible, but this feels like a payoff for your energy, a payoff for your effort. And this Seven of Swords to me speaks of like it being unexpected. And almost like you're like, whoa, I didn't know that this was even something that could happen. It's like, when they say it happens when you least expect it, and not just in terms of like love or, just one aspect of your life, but in general, it's like opportunities have a funny way of presenting themselves, like right when you want to give up on believing that they exist. And I think that that's a lot of what this is. So continuing not to back down, continuing to stay on this path of healing, of working through everything that you're experiencing. I know it's tiring. I know, that's one thing about a healing journey, is that it sucks. It's exhausting. It's emotionally, mentally, and even physically taxing, but it's always worth it. It always pays off in the end, as long as you don't back down from it. So I feel like this is the universe, like kind of being your cheering section, like sitting there cheering you on, going, you've got this, keep going, just keep pushing. I promise things will get better. I promise things will pay off. And then I feel like you'll start to kind of see that throughout this coming year. But one of the things that I like to remind you in these readings is that timing is going to be completely dependent on your path. So Just something to throw out there. Like what happens in January for one person might not happen till December for another. So, continue to move forward despite all the fear, all the doubt, all the things. You are worthy, you are deserving. I feel like that should really be your mantra. And maybe even this, like, I know that I deserve wonderful things, because you absolutely do. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended, where I'm going to focus on what you can do right now to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So the extended is going to focus more on kind of some tangible advice. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Scorpio, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Scorpio.